beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I am so happy to see you today. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well and taking care of the best that you can. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Today I am coming at you from a little bit of a different angle, and it is actually already Monday. Usually I try to film the crochet and chat portion of this ahead of time because I usually try to work on my blanket ahead of time. But this week this weekend, I've actually been playing Dragon Age because I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition, which is a video game, by the way, for those of you who don't know, because there is a new game coming out on Halloween. Whoops. And I actually was going to tell you guys about that. So I'm going to get crocheting and then I'll tell you guys about it. But before I get crocheting, I am on row 21. So I'm like right after last week's sign off, I guess, on where I was. And I just got done looking at what we're supposed to do. And I had to look at it for a minute because I read it and I'm like, okay, so row 21 or round 21 is 2 double crochets in a single crochet and then a chain and skip one. And then 2 double crochets, but they wrote it as clusters or CL. And so I'm like, okay, let me just make sure that's what it is. So I go and look at the little chart, the little like, you know, picture of what the stitches look like. And they're like connected together. So I'm like, oh, I'm glad I looked. So I went and looked at the special stitches or special techniques section at the front. And I was like, oh, okay, so these are like 2 work together. So I'm glad that I double checked without just going with it, because it is literally like the middle of the night right now and I just woke up. It's very, very early in the morning. Oh. My brain heard me and it was like, oh, it is really early in the morning. We need to yawn. But anyway, so I wanted to make sure that I understood what I was doing. And then also, you guys know I'm using a 6.5 millimeter hook with this. Well, I have this really pretty O-Fire hook that Cynthia sent me that I showed you guys recently. And I'm going to use that today. I wanted to play with this. So I'm technically switching hooks on my project, but it's the same size. So not pressed about it. So going by what's up in my blanket next, I think that it's time to pull some white in. Well, I guess we do have white right here. I was looking at it when I was deciding on what color. I was looking at it over here and I was like, it's been a while since we've had some white. But then I hold it up and I'm like, oh, there's literally white right there. Do I still want to do white? Let me reassess my situation here. You know what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to do some Vanna's Choice, which is that darker red color. I had been thinking it was time to pull some white in, but actually like half of my blanket I just had white in that variegated yarn. So we're going to pull some of this Vanna's Choice in, which is a darker red. And get going on that. So anyway, what I was gonna say was, as far as me being in a different spot, guys, look how cute this project bag is. Here, let me try to hold it over here. Is this not the best thing ever? This was that bag. I showed you guys this back in like March, January, February, March, March? Somewhere around in March or April. I got this at Cracker Barrel when I was up in Michigan visiting my sister. Well, visiting everybody, but I was staying at my sister's house. And I mean, no, I was staying at my nephew Ollie's house. By the way, guys, I have noticed, and I try to respond to them when I see them, but I figured more people that haven't been around as long might be wondering as well. In my little like video at the beginning of my video, the little intro to my videos, there is some babies, and well, I guess one of them is technically a child now, but he'll always be a baby. Those are my nephew and my 2 nieces. So I have had some people ask me who they were. They're like, wait, do you have a kid? Those are my nieces and nephew. But anyways, just gonna attach on here, and I'm gonna do a standing double crochet attach on because I always do instead of a chain, at least almost always, unless it's just like a huge pain in the butt. Okay. And I think for this one, no. Wonder how you do it for the chain. Wonder how you do the, like, attached together double crochets with the chain. Maybe I shouldn't do a standing double crochet, actually, since I got to do those clusters. Give me 1 minute while I figure out the best way to attach onto here. So 1, 2, 3 double crochet, and then I'm assuming what I'll do is, I don't like that. I really don't. I'm gonna do a chain 2. I don't like chain 3s instead of double crochets because they don't look like double crochets. They look like chain 3s. Okay, that's a little bit better. Anyways, let me take my leg down. So, for starters, I don't remember what I was talking about. Sorry, guys. Okay, for one, I've got my trusty reusing this Panera cup water. So you may see me sip from that from time to time because my mouth is dry. So if I'm talking, I'm probably going to be. Let me make sure I'm crocheting on the front of this. I am. Okay. So, by the way, guys, if you're working on this too, easy way to tell if you're working on the front of it, at least if you did your round 10 like I did, is this slip stitch round will be on the front of your work. If you're on the back of your work, it'll look like this, where you like barely see it. You see what I'm saying? And then if you're on the front, you got this pretty slip stitch round. So that's how I always tell on this project what's the front and back. So the reason I'm sitting over here, let's start there, is I've been playing Dragon Age. So I guess it actually kind of goes, they go hand in hand, the two topics that I was talking about. So I've been playing Dragon Age because the new one is coming out on the 31st. So it's coming out on Halloween. I gotta get into my rhythm here. Make sure I'm skipping a stitch. Make sure I'm not completing that first double crochet before I start the next one. So yeah, that is coming out, and I know a lot of you guys probably don't really care about that, but you care about it in like maybe you care about it in the extent that I care about it, so, just kind of telling you about it. But that game has been long anticipated. It has been 10 years since the last game came out, and actually the last game came out right before my wedding, like literally the week of my wedding, like days before my wedding was when the last installment came out, and it was a long anticipated installment that time as well. I have been a big Dragon Age fan ever since 2010 probably, when I played Dragon Age Origins, which is the first game. So I am a massive Dragon Age fan. It is one of my absolute favorite hobbies, special interests, whatever you want to call it. It's one of my absolute favorite things. I'm trying to make sure I keep this up here so you guys can like see also. So that's coming out on the 31st, and I'm so excited. It's called Dragon Age Veilguard, and I talked with Ashley, and we decided that we could go ahead and talk about the special collaboration we're doing. So if you've been around a little bit lately, you might have heard me go like, yeah, I have a special collaboration on the final day of the 13 days of Yarnaween that I'm doing, but I don't know if I can say anything about it yet because we hadn't talked about like whether we wanted it to be a total surprise or like what we were doing for that. So bada boom, bada bang. We talked about it, and we're going to go ahead and tell you guys. Obviously, there's still going to be an element of surprise. So, what we are doing is, her and I are both really big Dragon Age fans, and we are both very excited about it. This is Ashley, by the way, over at Gwinspired Crochet. I will link her channel in the description box below this video in case you want to go check her out. Her and I are doing a collaboration of Dragon Age. So basically on the 31st, when the Dragon Age game comes out, we are going to be doing a special video where we both show off something that we have been working on that is Dragon Age themed. Her and I are doing different things, and they're going to be a complete surprise. We're not going to tell you anything about them. And that is going to be our collaboration. And we'll also just talk about our love of Dragon Age, maybe show off some merch that we have, just, you know, just Dragon Age excitement, just some hype, because that's the day the game comes out, on Halloween. So I just think that that's super fun and exciting. But that's the surprise. That's the surprise collaboration. And like I said, I will link her in the description box. And then also when we do our collaboration, I will link her again so that if you want to go check out her Dragon Age-y stuff, you can do that. And you should just check her out anyways, because she is a sweetheart. She is so sweet. And she's got a smaller channel, so it would definitely be cool if some people went over and said hi to her. Then the other thing, oh yeah, so that leads me to why I'm sitting over here and have got a different angle and whatnot. So normally I sit over there, and I have my computer chair, my desk chair, or whatever you want to call it, over there. And that's where I chat with you guys. I sit at my desk that's in here. I film over there at my desk. When I do my like crochet and chat, and I do like my top down videos, it's over at my desk over there. But I've got my chair in the other room, and so that's part of why I hadn't filmed my crochet with me part of this, or crochet and chat. The other part is just like I said, this weekend I've been playing Dragon Age. It has been so nice. It has been so nice. Sometimes I want to do something different, you know. Sometimes I want to do, I want to nurture another hobby besides crochet, and video games are actually a huge hobby of mine. To the slip stitch part. Oh, okay, that's fine. I was to like the last round where I connected together, and sometimes when I get to that part, I always have to like stop and kind of be like, okay, where are my stitches? Because I get confused. The slip stitch looks like a stitch 2. Like I just gotta like sit there and like look at it for a sec, but it's like super easy to tell on this right now. So yeah, my chair, anyway, about it, when I play video games, I have my computer out in the, technically in like the dining area is the computer area. Our apartment is set up super funny. I don't know how many of you guys have been around for, like, I did do a video tour of my, I've done video tours a few times of like how things are set up. I used to film all of my crochet videos out there at my computer desk in the dining room area. Which is basically just this little kind of vestibule area that you walk through out of the living room, and the kitchen comes off of it, and then this little teeny hallway with the bathroom in this room comes off of it. We only have a 1-bedroom apartment. And that's where I used to film, but then we topsy-turvied the whole house and put the bed in the living room and turned this into the craft room. So yeah, I have a really funny setup. So yeah, we have our living room actually as our bedroom, so kind of like a studio apartment, except because of the way that we set it up, we get a craft room. So that's how I have a craft room in a 1-bedroom apartment. Hey, don't let conventional expectations stop you from doing something that you want to do. Is it weird to have your bed in the living room by some people's standards? Definitely. But I got a craft room. And that was the way that I could get a craft room. So, you know, sometimes you got to be creative. But anyway, when I do play video games at my computer, I bring my chair out there because I don't have two desk chairs, and I can't really sit in, like, we have a couple of just like regular plain chair options, like a folding chair, you know, like that you take outside with you, and then like this one chair that was I got it to be a vanity chair a long time ago, and I don't currently have my vanity set up. I didn't even have a vanity. I made a vanity set up because it was back when I was doing makeup all the time as my hobby. I have this really pretty table. Oh, I'm getting off on so many tangents, you guys. Regardless, I won't go into that. But anyway, about it, I got this chair to be a vanity, and a vanity chair. And yeah, it's not very comfortable. So anyway, I don't have anything I can really sit on at my desk in one of these locations so that I don't have to move my desk chair back and forth between rooms. So unfortunately, one of my interests is always kind of getting the cold shoulder or the back burner, because I like moving the chair between the rooms is a pain in the butt. So right now my chair is actually in the other room, and I was planning on moving it back in here today for this, and also the 13 days of Yarnaween is coming up and stuff like that. So like I've got things I need to do in here. I need to film in here and stuff, but I'm really enjoying playing Dragon Age and like getting excited for the new game. And I'm just like, I'm really into it. I'm doing stuff on there that I hadn't done before, and I'm like, I want to play. So I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go film in an unconventional spot. So I debated on between sitting on the floor and somehow setting you guys up on the floor with me to film, which wouldn't be the first time that I've done that, but like it wouldn't have been a very good angle or anything. But I actually have a like ring light with a tripod, which is what you guys are on now, like a tall tripod, like, you know, one that I could carry around with me. And actually my 13 days of Yarnaween in the past, I actually filmed with this so that I could sit in front of like my little Halloween setup. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and sit over here, and what I'm actually sitting on, if you guys can tell over my shoulder, I'm actually sitting on my hubby's workout bench. You guys may have noticed this in the background of my videos. I kind of started trying to like make it a little more yarny by putting yarny stuff on the end of it when I'm filming. And it's just kind of staying there anyways because he's not using the end of his workout bench. But yes, he got like really into working out and wanted a workout bench, and we don't have anywhere else in the apartment that this fits. And I was sort of tricked. And I was tricked because I did not realize how much space this thing takes up. It takes up so much of the craft room. It's like goes right into the middle. This is the middle of the wall. It goes way out into the middle of the room. It's so wide. But, you know, I'm not the only person in the world. I have to share the space. So, and he did have his 3D printer in here, but he hadn't used his 3D printer in like a year. So he decided to trade it to a friend. And that is how he got his workout bench. Almost at his workbench. Yeah, so that's what I'm sitting on. Was that everything that I had been like thinking I needed to address? Why I'm sitting over here, what I've been doing. Oh, by the way, I'm using this O-Fire hook. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I will actually say something. I have been using Furls hooks lately. Because I have been so lucky to be gifted Furls hooks and some O-Fire hooks recently. So I've been actually getting to play around with these bougie crochet hooks. Normally I just use my boy hooks, and I have these like mermaid clay handled ones. If you've been around, you've seen both of those because those are all I have. Those are all I use. And actually even the mermaid handled ones were gifted to me in Happy Mail, but that was like way back at like towards the beginning of me doing my crochet channel, and I still love them. Like they're still, I might like them more than my boy hooks. It might have something to do with the mermaid theme of the handles, but I do find them really comfy. And also I like how the ergonomic grip goes up nice and high on them, because I have tried some other hooks from like Hobby Lobby, They're ergonomic hooks. They're bamboo handled ones, and they don't go up high enough on the handle part. I like my ergonomic to go up higher, I guess just because of the way, okay, I want to make sure I chained in between those, just because of the way that I hold my crochet hook. I don't like the ones like that have the ergonomic part down here only, and then there's like half of the crochet hook is just the like aluminum part. But anyway, I've been using furls hooks more recently, and I really like those furls hooks. They're so pretty. I love the like galaxy theme. You guys know that like galaxy theme, celestial theme, like however you want to think of it, that is like my favorite thing ever. But I will say this actually feels smoother than my experience with the furls hooks. The furls hooks seem to catch on my yarn more depending on what I'm working on. Now I'm working with one yarn right now, so like I'll get a better feel for it when I switch to like a metallic stranded yarn, see if it's catching on that one more, or like a more splitty yarn. But as far as like with this Vanna's Choice, this is feeling super, super nice, like smooth as butter, works through here, does not catch at all. I'm not dropping my stitch off my hook at all. So yeah, I'm definitely right now giving this like a 10 out of 10 on the feel of crocheting with it. Loving it. You guys want to see what this is looking like so far? Ooh. Okay, I'm tangled in yarn. So for one, you can see it over here on this part where the white isn't. And I think that because it is darker and it's been a hot minute since we used this color, I think it looks really good. And then also over here where the white is, I think it looks really good. So I'm definitely happy with that choice. But yeah, you guys are just getting more of a traditional crochet and chat session this week. Probably next week I'll be back at my, well, no, I won't. Well, will I? I don't know. I don't know where I'll be next week. There's a lot coming up. But today you guys are getting more of like a traditional crochet and chat where like I'm sitting in front of you crocheting and chatting versus like overhead camera where you can like more see what I'm crocheting. Let me know what you guys think about that, by the way. Like obviously I'll mix it up and do both from time to time, but like do you have a preference? Do you have a preference either way on like the way that you like to do the crochet and chat? Do you guys like to see more what I'm working on, or like we're sitting together crocheting? You guys are kind of in my cozy little corner right now, by the way. Here's my cozy little corner of YouTube. I've been saying cozy little corner of YouTube before I ever moved into here, by the way, into this room. So my cozy little corner used to be that little nook basically in my quote unquote dining room. And I use that term very loosely because we've never used that as a dining room. That's one of those things like just, you know, you use your space however you use your space. And we still do have our couch in our living room. That's like now our bedroom. Our living room is like long. So what we do is we have our bed centered in the wall, and then actually at the end of the bed, like right up against the foot of the bed where somebody might put like a little bench or something, we actually just have our couch, and then there's like a little walkway of a few feet basically, and then there's the TV. I mostly will sit on the bed if we're like watching TV or something, but hubby will sit on the couch like to play his video games and things like that. We have a weird setup. But yeah, that's what I've got going on right now. And then coming up this Friday starts the 13 Days of Yarnoween, which is my little like Halloween event. If you haven't seen about that, I have a video that I made talking about my plans for it. I will link that down in the description box below. But in case you want to see it and you haven't seen it yet, or you can just go to my channel and like, it's a very recent video where I'm like 13 Days of Yarnoween announcement. But we're going to be doing like the whole shebang. I like to try to make it like as big and fun as possible. We're going to be doing like drawing slips of paper from a cup or whatever it ends up being. I currently have them in just like a clear plastic cup, but somebody was like, the thing that we draw them, or you draw them from, needs to be like spooky themed. And I was like, it does. So that's the reason that I'm still not sure. I might try to change it to something spooky themed, just because I do think that would be fun. But currently they're in a like clear plastic cup, and that's going to be starting on Friday. Every day of the 13 days of Yarnoween, I am going to be drawing out of that, and it's going to be some kind of spooky, Halloweeny sort of vibed thing that is going to be that day's theme. And what you can do if you want to, and what I'm going to do, is make something for that day. And it can be anything. It could be an amigurumi, it could be a washcloth, it could be something like kind of loosely inspired by that thing, you know, maybe inspired by the colors or whatever, if you want to be like a little bit more creative and vague with it. I'm super open to you guys being as creative as you want. So don't feel like, you know, you got to be like really, you're not like locked in, like, oh, I have to create, the theme was bats. Okay, I'm making this up. I don't want you guys to hear like the theme is bats and think, oh, I have to make an amigurumi bat. You do not. Like, you could do a bat applique on something. You could do like something with bats embroidered onto it. Like maybe you crochet something and you just do like a little embroidery of bats on it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you add bat wings to something else that's not a bat. Like, you can get creative. You could make a headband that is just like bat wings. But yeah, so like whatever the theme is, that's just kind of what we do. And it's going to change every day for those 13 days. And then on that 13th day, I'm having my special collaboration video where I'm going to be doing my Dragon Age stuff. But I'm also going to be doing a montage of everybody's Halloween makes for those 13 days of Yarnoween. And from the people who send in Yarnoween makes, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I haven't decided how I'm doing that yet. If I'm going to do it like you get an entry per submission. So like say you participate in 5 out of the 13 days. You make like 5 of the items from the 13 days, that you would get 5 entries. Or if I'm going to do it like you participated in general, you get an entry. I haven't decided yet. I think I might decide based on like the participation, like what the participation is looking like, what I feel like would be more fair, or like what would just make more sense. But yeah, I'm doing a giveaway, and I have not figured out what I'm going to do in that giveaway, but I'm going to announce it on the 31st when I do the montage. I will tell you guys what's going to be in that giveaway. It's going to be something pretty decent. Like I'm going to make it like a pretty big giveaway. I want to do something really fun. I've been planning on doing a giveaway soon. The reason I don't do giveaways super often, I would love to do giveaways like all the time, is purely just financial. I don't have the money. The biggest thing is I don't have the money to ship giveaways. Like obviously I could raid my own stash, I could make things, like I could piece together a giveaway at a moment's notice, but I don't have the money to ship things very often. Money is a hot commodity around here. It's a tight thing, you know? And I'm sure I know a lot of you relate to that. So it's the reason that I don't do giveaways as often as I would like. I just don't have the money. And I don't have the money to do like a gift card or giveaway or anything like that either. I just don't have the money to do it. But at some point it would be cool if I had tons of extra money, if I was like a millionaire. I would love that. I'm going to do that. I like that plan. But anyway, about it. I'm going to do a giveaway for Halloween. I think it'd be fun. I want to do a themed giveaway. But yeah, so I was like, you know what? If I'm doing a giveaway, I might as well do something fun and themed and more like exciting, because I think that's so much more exciting than a random giveaway. And it rewards the people that are actually active on my channel, people who are involved and here. And like, you don't have to participate in like making things for make-alongs and whatnot, but like, I don't know, it's just like a little perk to the people that do. I don't know. I like the fact that it won't be for random people that don't even like crochet, because that does happen when you do giveaway videos. You get like random people that don't follow you that are like definitely just there for the giveaway. Like they probably search like giveaways on YouTube or something and somehow find you. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if there's like groups on Facebook or something where people share giveaways that they find, and then like everybody on that group goes and joins, because it happens. Like I'll get like an influx of people that are not, I don't know. I don't know if it's bots or what, but I just know that they're not actually yarny people and like they're not my subscribers, and like they come out of nowhere. They come out of the woodworks, so to speak, to enter the giveaway. So this way it'll be people that are like definitely my people, my nomies, because you have to like crochet something and send in a picture. But yeah, the instructions for sending that in will be the same as always. You know, my email's in my description box, yada, yada, yada. And I'll talk about that in those videos. By the way, speaking of the way to send in things, if you are making a mandala blanket along with me, and you would like to share your mandala blanket, or you're crocheting on some other blanket and you'd like to share that blanket during our little Monday, magical mandala Mondays, my email is in the description box below this video. I've also started doing a pinned comment on the mandala videos, because there's always, I feel like some people don't know where the description box is, or they don't know how to like drop it down and open it up, expand it. So people just they're not finding the information that they're looking for. So I've started doing a pinned comment on the mandala videos, because there is so much on the mandala videos. Oh, wow, I never even did like an opening to this mandala video. By the way, guys, if you are looking for this pattern, this is a Yarnspirations pattern. The written pattern is by Lisa Gentry. So she's the designer of the pattern. You can get that written pattern for free on Yarnspirations website, and I will link that in the description box and in the pinned comment. Also, there is a video tutorial series for this blanket by Mikey over at the Crochet Crowd. He breaks it down into bite-sized little pieces so that you can understand it really, really well. Highly recommend. If you think that this blanket is something that you're interested in, you're like, that's beautiful, but I can't do it, I'm not good enough, it's beyond my skill level, I'm like afraid, I highly recommend looking at his videos. And you'd be surprised that you can actually make this blanket. Like if you know how to do basic stitches, you know, single crochet, double crochet, you know, you have like a little bit of experience with crocheting, you can make this blanket. He breaks it down so easy and so well. He explains everything to you. He even helps you like learning how to read a chart by those videos, because he shows and explains the next step that you're going to be doing on the chart before showing you. It's super, super helpful. And I will link that also in the description box and in the pinned comment. So that is the Crochet Crowd's tutorials playlist that I will have linked. There is also a little worksheet if you want to fill it out to like help you plan what yarns you want to use, what hook size you want to use, that kind of stuff. And those will also be linked. Yeah, so, and also instructions on how to email me if you would like to send in your blanket. Just put mandala in the subject line of your email. Make sure you let me know your name. Make sure you attach pictures. But all of that will be in the pinned comment and the description box with my email, which is novagnomecreations@gmail.com. I should have said all that stuff in the beginning of the video, so I am really sorry, guys. Like I said, I started this really early, and you can see that it's actually getting bright outside because this is a window right here, if you guys have been watching. It's starting to be morning now. I went to bed super late because I was playing Dragon Age, so didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but that's okay. I don't sleep very well at nighttime, so yeah, that's just a thing that I do. But yeah, I've got that starting up on Friday, so the 13 days of Yarnoween are like right here, right around the corner. On that first day, I'm having a tutorial come out for this little froggy guy that I made, and they are up there somewhere. Actually, my cat might have knocked him down. Yuri, my little cat, has been in here and she knocked some stuff down. But yeah, so I have a tutorial coming out that day. The giveaway part of it, of the 13 days of Yarnoween, is going to be if you make anything from the daily like theme that we draw, but also if you make anything from my froggy tutorial that's coming out, it will count as well if you make a froggy. And the shrug that I just put out, the like mesh sleeves, if you make that, it will also count, because I'm kind of viewing those sort of as Halloween tutorials that I put out. So if you make those things and send me pictures of those, they will also be featured in the montage and also get you an entry into the giveaway. So I am very excited for that to start on Friday. And that is going to be a video every day, by the way. I don't know if you guys processed that, but that'll be a video every day for 13 days. Then on that last day, it is going to be release day for Dragon Age Veilguard, having a big video that day. Like I said, giveaway, montage, collaboration. And then I am probably going to take a little bit of a respite from posting for a little bit. Not like really, like I'm gonna still be here, but like keeping it, you know, like low key for November, because I have this 13 days of like lots of stuff that I'm gonna be doing, and then Dragon Age comes out. I would really like to like spend some time playing that game. And try to keep it, you know, low pressure. And then December rolls around, and December is a huge month on my channel, probably the biggest month of the year on my channel. Not probably, it is the biggest month of the year on my channel. If you guys have been around for previous years, then you will have seen me do the 25 days of Christmas, which is basically just super festive, super like over the top. I post every single day, basically in December. It's a big month. So there's like no days off for posting and stuff. I post every day. I, a lot of times, will like kind of dress up festively. I'm gonna decorate festively, do festive themed projects, all that stuff. I'll link in the description box 2 video playlists, by the way. I'm gonna link my 25 days of Christmas playlist in case you guys are like already crocheting away on your Christmas stuff and you want some Christmassy vibes, because I know some of you are. Some of you guys have said you are. I have some really festive videos for those, and it might be fun. It might be fun for you to vibe out with that while you're crocheting on Christmas stuff. And then I will also link my previous 13 days of Yarnoween videos playlist, and then you can binge those if you're working on Halloween stuff, or you just want to get in the Halloween vibe, you know, really submerge yourself, submerge yourself. If you really want to submerge yourself into, you know, the Halloween vibes, then you can watch that. But yeah, and then I'm gonna probably take a little chill, low key for November, and then come back raging hard for December. Might try to like prep a little bit of stuff, but I was gonna say I might try to prep a little stuff ahead of time for November, but I don't know if I'll be able to with the 13 days of Yarnoween already. Like, I'm gonna be like, you know, making content for those, so I probably don't really have time to do that, but maybe, we'll see. And of course the blanket, the Mandala Mondays will continue throughout all of it. I'm actually kind of hoping for this to go into the month of December, but I don't know how far in it'll go. This blanket project, by the way, guys, does not have a timeline on it. It is literally just, we crochet on it every week. I do videos on it on Mondays. The first 2 weeks I did 10 rows every week. I do not plan on doing 10 rows every week on the blanket. It is a 50 round blanket, so that would be 5 weeks. As the blanket gets bigger, the rounds take longer. The reason I'm able to do 10 right away like that is because I'm starting with a blanket this small. I definitely don't plan on doing 10 rounds every week, and I would be I mean, I know some of you guys will do 10 rounds every week or do more than that even. Some of you guys may already be close to finishing the blanket. And that's like just, you know, differences in what projects we're focusing on and crochet styles. Some people really like making blankets. Some people they're crocheting on this and that's all they're crocheting on right now. I'm crocheting on a lot of different things at one time. This is just my long ongoing project is how I view it, and I don't work on blankets like all the time like that. I like smaller instant gratification projects. Projects. Yeah, projects. We'll go with projects. I don't feel like that's the word that I wanted, but it's okay. But yeah, so I don't plan on doing 10 rounds on this every week. And actually today I'm probably just going to do whatever I have sat here and done with you guys so that I can get back to Dragon Age. And then also we have kind of a big day today because we're having someone out to kind of appraise the truck. If you guys have been around a little bit, you'll know we've had a year as far as the truck goes, our truck, in and out of the shop, problems with it. It basically just entirely bit the dust. And we've been like in a really bad position with that. Well, I finally have good news with that. Very recently, we finally got a new vehicle squared away. It was quite the experience to get to that point. I'm not going to go into details, but yeah, it was getting the vehicle ended up being a lot more of an issue than it should have been. But we've got a new to us, obviously not new. Well, not obviously, but not new, not like a new vehicle, but like a new to us vehicle. Which we are so happy about, you guys. You don't even know. It has been crazy. I finished my round. We have just had so much issues with our car this year. It hasn't been drivable. We've been having to like get rides from other people or borrow cars from family. You know, getting to and from work and things like that has just been a nightmare. There we go, guys. Look at how it's looking. It is growing so fast right now. That's crazy. But we've been having to get rides from other people, you know, all this stuff. Borrow a car from family, things like that. We finally have a new vehicle for us. So the truck that's been sitting out there not drivable, we're having some like a junk car type of company come and look at it tomorrow or today. It's today now, not tomorrow. And hopefully we can get a little bit of money for it. That would be so nice. Get a couple pennies to scratch together with that from that. That would be great. And it'll get it out of the parking lot, you know, get the risk of getting towed out of the parking lot, because we live in an apartment complex. If there is a vehicle sitting there that's not being used, they will tow it. So it'll also just free up a parking space close to our apartment. Because obviously when we parked it there, we weren't intending on it not being driven again. So it's like in one of the prime kind of spots closer to our apartment. So it'll be just really nice to get that taken care of. So we've got that going on today. And then they give you a check when they do that. And hubby has Chase Bank, but we don't have a Chase Bank in our town. He had Chase Bank from when we lived in Michigan. We've just kept it, or he's just kept it, but we don't actually have a location in town. So if they give him a check that he has to like go physically cash, which they will, we're not sure if there's any way to cash that without going to one of the physical locations. So we might also be taking a little bit of a trip today to go cash it at one of the physical locations. So that's what we've got going on today. And then later this week on Friday, the first day of the 13 days of Yarnoween, I also have some appointments that I need to go to. So we just got some stuff going on, but definitely such a weight off our shoulders to have a vehicle Thank you guys so much who were like rooting for us or praying for us or sending out good vibes for us to get this vehicle situation figured out, because it has been a roller coaster. It has been a longer journey than we wanted it to be. And it was not a journey we wanted at all. We would have just loved if our truck kept working. That would have been great. But, you know, that's not how it works. So the vehicle that we have now, though, should be reliable for years to come. It's in really good shape. It's one of the newer, like it is the newest vehicle we've had, which is kind of funny because it's a 2013. So it's still like an 11-year-old vehicle, but like our most recent vehicle was a 2005 truck, I think. And then before that, we actually had a Cadillac from the 80s. My hubby really liked it. He thought it was so cool. But like obviously a Cadillac from the 80s has its own host of issues. So yeah, that's my situation, guys. That's what's going on. I hope you guys enjoyed Crochet and Chat today. I know kind of all over the place, but there's kind of a lot to talk about today. And you guys got to sit in my cozy little corner with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys again really soon on the next video. Let's go ahead and see what you guys have been up to. I got to edit that together after I stop filming. But I'm going to be putting in your mandala blankets that you have sent in, or your blankets in general that you have sent in. So let's see what everybody else's is looking like. First up, we have our lovely Ludima. She is doing a Christmas blanket too, and she's doing it like a scrappy style Christmas blanket. I think it looks amazing. I love it so much. She's doing updates over on her Instagram, which is also under the name Ludima. So if you would like to follow along, make sure you go over there and check her out. And then we have Lillian's blanket. Lillian is new to my channel. I'm sorry if you just heard my dog sneeze. Lillian is new to the channel, so welcome to our cozy little corner of YouTube. I just have to tell you, I love your name. Lillian has literally always been one of my favorite names. I think it's so cute. But she sent in this blanket. This is the Spring Fling Garden blanket on YouTube. This thing is so gorgeous. I love all the color and all the intrigue and interest. Like, I might have to make this one next, guys. And then we have our beautiful Nomi Gale, who is Gorgeous Homestead on YouTube. She got up to row 20 and took a picture to send to me. I am loving it. I think it is so pretty. She said as the rows get bigger, she gets a little slower. She's still trying to do a row a day, but she says, but woo, it might turn into a half a row when I get to those last 10 rows. Absolutely feel you. I mean, you guys sat here and hung out with me while I did one row, and you see how long it took me? Granted, I'm normally going to do more than one row a week. This was definitely an outlier. And this is Jennifer Spain's update on her blanket. She said this is how much she got done last week, and it's going to take her more than 6 days. Definitely understandable, but it is looking amazing. I still really, really love your color scheme. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is our beautiful Aussie Sandy's. She said that her husband is being her biggest cheerleader, and that he's been giving her the confidence and encouragement and everything that she needs to, like, you know, have the confidence to do this blanket. That made me so happy. Like, that is what it's all about, guys. I think her blanket looks absolutely amazing. It actually looks so nice and neat and like perfect looking. It is beautiful. Also, she's already on row 36. And then my beautiful Heidi B sent in her blanket. She said she wanted to be a little bit further for week 2, but life gets busy. And I'm like, yes, I totally get it. I really, really, really love this color scheme. I think it's so pretty. And I'm so excited to see this blanket working up because I haven't made this one. And it is so pretty. This next blanket is sent in by Crystal. I'm not sure what happened, but I like missed her first email. So she's joining in now, and even though she sent in one last week, I feel so bad. I really, really felt so bad when I saw that. I don't know where her email is. I searched for it. I'm like, it has to be like in spam or something, but yeah, it got lost in the email abyss, I guess. But thankfully I got this one, and she sent me this. She said, she's not usually like, wouldn't do it in this kind of a color scheme for herself, but she's doing it in like a solid color because she's making it for her parents, who always do this off-white cream colored like style blankets on the back of their couch. I think it looks so good. Like, I completely agree with you. I wouldn't pick the color for myself for a blanket, but like for another person's blanket, I think it looks stunning. She said as of this evening, she's finished around 26, almost done with 27, and she's using Lion Brand's Pound of Love in Antique White. And for the last picture in the slide, this is actually the second one of these that I made. The one I told you guys that I ended early so it could be a lap blanket for my sister. She actually has had it at work for like pretty much the past 2 years. But this is a picture of her with my nephew. Look how little and adorable. He needs to stop growing up. But anyway, I went looking and found a picture of it so I could show it to you guys. But yeah. I wanted to thank you guys for hanging out today and apologize for the fact that I only got one round done on my blanket this week. Like I said, outlier for sure, but it happens. I'm trying to, my excuse, and I'm sticking with it, is it's the journey, not a race, right, guys? Right? Say I'm right. Anyway, guys, I will see you again real soon. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and thank you guys for hanging out for the montage. Make sure you leave a nice positive comment for people if you feel like it, if you have time. You know, give somebody a compliment on their blanket, whatever. See you guys later.